Hi there! You may have noticed that we're almost at 2,000 subscribers, and that was a number that I didn't think we'd ever reach, but I would love to reach. And I would love to keep making more videos, and I would love to keep making them for more people. So if you are new to this channel, definitely do subscribe. Hit that... Is it red? Is it white button? I don't know. What... YouTube keeps changing its colors. Hit the button! Hit the subscribe button if you do enjoy this video. And so, now without further ado, let's talk about this movie. Renfield was directed by Chris McKay and stars Nicholas Hoult as Renfield and Nicolas Cage as Count Dracula. In this film, Renfield, after many years of serving Dracula, has had enough. He wants to get out of this so-called toxic relationship, which it really is. But it turns out Dracula is not too happy about that. He really just wants more bodies so that he can feed off of them and eventually try to dominate whatever cities that he possibly can. And Renfield is just not having any of that. And it leads to a pretty dark comedy where Renfield, who gets powers from eating bugs, for instance, has to eventually go up against his boss. When you are a person walking into a studio and you pitch to an executive a film with the words Nicolas Cage as Dracula, honestly, you don't even need to do anything else. As if I was that executive, I said yes immediately. And that's kind of the thing. With a film like Renfield, there's other stuff going on, for sure. But when you already say the words Nicolas Cage as Dracula, your film is in. This is the second movie in the last few months where Universal has made it, and it was a character that was somewhat, was not real, and made an action movie out of it, or a comedy of sorts out of it. Violent Night was the other one with Santa Claus, and now we've got Dracula in this world with Renfield. And I like this niche. I like what they're doing. It's sort of like their version of their dark universe, but it's actually happening without the words dark universe attached to it. Like, just have fun with it, do whatever you want. I mean, really, I think that's a good way to go, but about this movie, it's got its issues for sure, but like I said, I already made you the pitch. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Does it even matter after that? Because some things just sell themselves, and he is fantastic in this film. He's having a ball of a time, and he goes pretty hammy Cage at times, which I think a lot of people are going to really love. If you wanted to see a performance where he gets a little over the top, a little too much over the top once again, then you're probably really going to love Renfield. Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, though, is really awesome in this movie. He's having an absolute blast, and I really liked him in this. Like, obviously most of the time you spend with him because he's the titular character, but he's really great in it. And Awkwafina, who plays a cop who is trying to do the right thing, she was also really good. They both worked off of each other really well. And again, the movie does work for the most part, and when it has those themes that it's tackling when it comes to Renfield wanting to be something else, there's a couple of moments that I thought were surprisingly quite poignant in terms of making that particular plotline sell. I did appreciate those moments for sure. It's very gory and violent. This film does not hold back. There are some genuinely crazy moments and things that they do when it comes to the violence in this that I think, yeah, they're definitely a bang for your buck. But the film is almost non-stop when it comes to those things. So you're definitely going to get a lot of that as well. It's the stuff that's going around on the side when it comes to Renfield that I wasn't exactly super interested in. Much like Violent Night that I mentioned, there's a plot line in this which involves a crime syndicate thingy, and it involves eventually, like, this group of people that Awkwafina wants to take down, and the city is, like, not exactly the best. So there's this whole parable about, good and bad, and I didn't find that as engaging as the rest of it. It does tie into the main plot, and it does eventually, sort of accelerate the conflict that's there between Renfield and Dracula. But I liked the film when it was Renfield and Dracula. Like, every time the film focuses on their basic conflict, the fact that they just can't stand each other anymore, and it's leading to these very crazy moments between them, that's where the film really shines. Whenever it goes to this other stuff, it didn't really work quite as well. And like I said, even though there are some crazy gory things happening, visually speaking and all that, it does have its issues when it comes to, being a little restrained. Like, it doesn't quite tap into everything that it could potentially tap into. So there were definitely points where I felt like it could do a lot more with its premise, and it does so for a while, especially in the first act of it. But then it sort of fizzles out, and then in the end, it's like your action thriller film. You've seen this before. Nonetheless, is there fun to be had in Renfield? Absolutely. I think you're going to have a pretty good time with it. I think there is a lot of stuff that is very entertaining. I have seen some mixed reactions, but it's honestly a blast. I don't know. Go check it out. See what you guys think of it. Go see it with Nicolas Cage alone. He's in it for quite a lot. If you're worried about his role being diluted or something like that, it's not. He's in it for a solid amount, and you do get some great stuff with him, and I think it's still a pretty fun time of the movies. I'm gonna give Renfield a 7 out of 10. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very, very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the movies.